Hello. Well, hey guys, good evening to all of you and welcome in this session of Oliveboard. Today we will be talking about some previous year examination questions of the JAIIB. It's all about memory based questions. So around 15 questions we will be covering today. It's not as it is questions, but based on the topic, based on the instructions which we received from certain students who appeared in the previous attempt. So this is something which is very important. You will also have the idea that in what pattern they actually asking questions from you guys on a regular basis. So this is Dr. Pradyumna Sharma this side, and these are some of my academic credentials. I have done my PhD in commerce and few other academic things also I have covered in my career. So see, because now your exam is just like 30-35 days away from today. So if you prepare in a systematic manner, only then you will be able to cover things in a systematic way. Only then you will be able to crack the exam. So Super Elite is a subscription plan for you guys if you want to really uh, crack the things in the upcoming period. So this is a systematic plan. You can join me through the PDY code. And one request from my side, that if you like the session, please hit the like button and also do subscribe the channel, because in the upcoming period there will be so many new events related to your exam preparation, and that will surely give you some edge, and that will surely give you some benefits in the exam. So do subscribe the channel. See, this is a batch in English medium. This is also available in bilingual, but I would recommend, because you guys belongs to the English medium, so all-in-one batch is also available for you. Here you can cover your syllabus as well as you can practice some multiple choice questions. So Crash and Cracker batch, the name is all-in-one. You can join me through the same PDY code also, and you will get the benefit in the subscription price, as well as you will directly connect with me through this. So see, let's cover few memory based questions related to June 24, which happened previous year. The first question in front of you is, see, there is a bond with a face value of 1000 rupees. Coupon interest rate is 8%. Always remember that coupon rate is applicable on face value only. It is currently quoted at the market price of 800. What is the current yield? When we discuss the topic in the classes, I have told you that whenever we calculate the yield, we calculate it based on the market price. So your coupon interest is 1000 multiplied by 8%, that is 80 rupees. Now if we calculate the percentage of that 80 at the current market price is 800, that comes to 10%. So it's a very simple question. Only the awareness about the concept is important. So 10% is your correct answer in this particular question. Formula for the current year yield is coupon interest divided by current market price multiply by 100. So that's the coupon interest. This is current market price, and we got the 10% as our answer. Second question, see, 10% is the correct answer. Second question for you, for your benefit, the answer is already there, because section 80 TTB Income Tax Act provides the maximum deduction related to interest on deposits to the senior citizens. So senior citizens can claim up to 50,000 rupees. That's a simple question to have that was repeated again in the previous attempt. See, ATTTB is all about 50,000 rupees. Now that's a good question to have in the exam. See, which of the following statement correctly describes the debt equity ratio and its implementation? Correctly describes two things: debt equity ratio, second, its implementation or implication. See, debt equity ratio is calculated as the proportion of total outside liability to the shareholders fund, and it is considered good or satisfactory if the ratio is 0.5. In the second option, it's the ratio between external and internal equity, soundness of the long-term financial policy, and if it is considered idle if it is 1. Shareholders funds are equal to long-term borrowed funds. Then method 1 of calculating the debt equity ratio is the most popular and gives the proportion of long-term debt to the shareholders fund. There are multiple methods. We have also discussed the multiple methods to calculate the debt equity ratio. The first one is most preferred or not. You have to judge that. Then preference shares redeemable within a period of 12 years from the date of their issue would be taken as a part of shareholders fund when calculating the debt equity ratio. So if you observe the options, if you know the concept of debt equity ratio and which is the best ratio, then this question becomes very easy for you. So please tell me, give me the answer of this particular question. What do you think? What do you think? See, B is absolutely correct because 1 is considered as a good ratio for the debt equity, and actually debt equity defines the ratio between external and internal equities. How much is invested? Yes, Saniji, absolutely correct. B is absolutely correct answer. Now, this is the explanation. We have already discussed it. You will get all these PDFs in the mobile application. Go through that. Tell me which of the following statement accurately describes the characteristics of a private company according to its articles. Which of the following statement accurately describes the characteristics of a private company? So the question is all about private company. Read the options and try to give the answer. You can observe that IIBF is giving you lengthy questions so that your time can be killed. It's not difficult, it's easy question, but killing time is their objective in these type of questions. No, read the options carefully. B and D was a confusing one, but B is the correct answer. Restricts private company is not allowed to issue shares or take deposits from the public. So B is the correct answer. Option D is saying that their shares are freely transferable. So free transferability of shares are not allowed in private company. B is the correct answer. Exactly, Mohanji, fantastic. Now, you tell me which of the following statement correctly distinguishes between a wet lease and a dry lease. Again, we have discussed about the wet lease and the dry lease in detail. The main differentiation between these two. Read the options carefully and give me the answer. Try it. Now it's completely dependent on a term that you know what does it mean by a lesser and what does it mean by a leasee. If the role of lesser and leasee is clear in your mind, then you can easily answer this question. Lesser is a person who gives his property for the use, and lesser is the leasee is the person who uses it. So obviously B is the correct answer. In the VAT lease, operational liability of the asset lies with the lessor, and and leasee is responsible only in dry lease. So in dry lease, if you want to use, you remember I have given you an example of aircraft, that if I am the owner of the aircraft and if you want to take my aircraft on rent, I will also provide you the crew members. I will also provide all the ancillary expenses. You will be just enjoying these services. But in a dry lease, I will give you the aircraft only, and it is your responsibility to arrange the crew members, and all the incidental expenses will be borne by you. So B is the correct answer, not the A. So B is the correct answer. Got it? B is the correct answer. Now, tell me, which of the following statement accurately describe a feature of contract costing? Feature of a contract costing. Again, if you remember the definition of contract costing, the answer is very easy for you. You remember I have told you that when we do the contract costing, we consider each and every contract as a separate one. So each and every aspect is separate one. So this is, every aspect is considered separate, and examples are also given: shipbuilding, engineering, goods and construction. Especially when you see the construction, you should have obviously answered B. B is absolutely correct. Now tell me, which of the following statement best describes the cost concept in accounting? So the question is all about definition of cost. Please tell me, which statement defines the cost concept in a best way? Tell me. Sorry. Exactly. Fantastic. C is absolutely correct. C is absolutely correct answer. That cost concept tells us that we should maintain the records related to cost at a original purchase price, and any subsequent changes or the market value becomes irrelevant in that case. According to the golden rule of debit and credit in accounting, which of the following correctly matches the type of account with its corresponding rule for debit and credit? So the question is based on the golden rules of accounting. See, there is a misprint in that. No, here we should, the typing mistake is there. It's nominal account. So D will be the correct answer. There is a typing error that C should be written here and that D should be written above. This should be like, actually in the actual question it was real account. So D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Debit, oh sorry, personal account is written here. There is a typing error. The personal account is written here, and then C will be our correct answer. C will be our correct answer because debit the receiver and credit the giver. That's not required. So A, B and D are wrong statement, but C is a correct statement. It's a typing error. Sometime it happens. This is not a correct answer. C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Okay. Now tell me, it's a good question. We studied it in the class in the recent past. Under section 31 of the RBI, what is the maximum period by which the RBI can extend the submission deadline for the balance sheet, profit and loss account and auditor's report? So I have told you that 3 copies you have to submit. 3 copies you have to submit. Now those 3 copies have to be submitted in what period? That 3 copies is to be submitted. No, that's wrong answer. 3 copies have to be submitted to the RBI and ROC within a period of 3 months. So that section 31 talks about that you have to submit the copy in a triplicate in a period of 3 copies in 3 months. 2 threes were there. So D is actually the correct answer. Tell me, what is the primary purpose of obtaining a tax deduction account number? Why a 10 number is required for the deductors under the income tax system? Why 10 number is required? If you like the session, please don't forget to hit the like button and do subscribe the channel. But tell me the answer first. Primary purpose of obtaining the TDS. Exactly. So B is absolutely correct, because if you have the 10 number, then whatever TDS you have deducted when you made the payment to other parties, that record of tax deducted will go to the government associated with your 10 number. So B is absolutely correct answer. Tell me, in finance, beta is a measure that indicates what beta actually measuring. You know the symbol of beta. This is the symbol of beta. Beta is a measure of what? What is beta? We call the beta as a systematic risk, or we call it as a risk index also. So beta is exactly, risk is represented by variability, the probability of change, probability of change in anything represented by the risk. So B is a correct answer. Beta is a systematic risk index. That's how much change is possible in the price of a shares in comparison to the market portfolio. Tell me, accounting standard 10, property, plant and equipment, we call it as a PPE in short. Which of the following costs would typically be included in the initial measurement of an item of property, plant and equipment? Remember, I have already explained you this concept in the class, that when you calculate the cost of a machinery or cost of any asset, certain things have to be added. What will be added into it? Remember the topic of capital expenditure and revenue expenditure? Remember the word exactly. As soon as you see the installation, as soon as you see the installation in any option, then installation cost will always be added into the cost of asset. No, D is correct answer. D is correct answer. Yes, you are absolutely right in that case, that B can also be a correct answer. But remember, staff training related to the new equipment is not always, they have to provide us something more information about the training. It is not necessary that this particular training is done before the installation. It is possible after the installation, after the trial run, after everything, that training is provided. So if we have to choose between the B and D, we will always choose the D, because obviously machine will start working once we install it. Until we install it, it cannot work. So the training activity happens after the installation. That's why D is more accurate. You are absolutely right that B is also kind of correct answer, but it is correct only if D is not there in the option, and if they provide us the information like B and D both are correct, then we will go with that. But when we have to choose out of these four, we will always go with D. I hope you get the point. Tell me. The question is about statutory audit. The term statute means what? What does it mean by statute? It's a very easy question. Statute means an audit which is compulsory under any law. A audit which is mandatory as per some law becomes a statutory audit. Exactly. Schedule 6. Now tell me. Schedule 6 of the banking regulation. Which of the following items is included cash and balance with the RBI? What is recorded in the Schedule 6? I have told you in the last class itself that there are 18 schedules in the banking company accounts. Now, what is Schedule 6? It's a little bit of, you can call it as a deep kind of question. But if you have studied the things in a proper way, you will get the clear idea that what is your asset as a bank. So C is the correct answer. C is absolutely correct answer. See, cash in hand, so option A is already covered in the C. Now, whatever balance is there in the saving accounts, it's not withdrawable at once. There are some limits for the withdrawal of them. But money in the current account is always withdrawable. So C is correct answer. I hope that these 15, 16 questions you guys have liked, and you have observed that what type of questions they are asking in the exam. If you have liked it, please do press the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you have not joined the batch till now, it's a golden opportunity. Follow super elite plan just for 35 days and you will be easily able to crack the exam, believe me. So thank you guys, thank you very much. You can also join me through the crash and cracker batch, that all in one batch. You can also connect with me. Thank you very much, and if you liked it, do like the session. Thank you guys, we'll meet in the next session with few more good questions. Till then, have a great evening. Bye bye. Thank you.